Hey guys, good evening to everyone and thanks for joining guys. First of all, apologies for my irregularity because my health is not good. So I was suffering with fever. So sorry for that. Yeah, so we'll continue malware category of the attacks. So we discussed about virus, worm, Trojan, ransomware, remote access Trojan, backdoor, logic bomb. Then we discussed about privilege escalation, rootkit, and so on. One more malware category of these malware category of the attack is pending, that is called botnet. So first of all, what is bot and what is net? So we can see about what is botnet and what is the recommendations to avoid this particular attack. What are the mitigation steps we have to consider? So first is nothing. Bot means robot. Bot means robot. Net means either network or internet. Okay, so bot means robot, net means either network or internet. So meaning of this one, so attacker whenever he will send a phishing emails or flooding of the attacks, in that scenario he will compromise multiple systems. Okay, so that means here whatever systems are connected in the network level, that attack is coming via internet. So phishing emails, obviously it is a public network. So as per network architecture diagram, so attacker or intruder or hacker, he will send the phishing emails, that will be malicious URL links or malware attachments or maybe some other scripts and so on. Finally, he will compromise the systems. So that is connected in the LAN. That is nothing but local area network. So once system is getting compromised, obviously as per cyber collision process, you know what is the process behind this one. Some command and control, it is there with the attacker, and attacker will take the remote control. Okay, so finally your machines will act as a zombie or bot. Whatever systems it is got compromised, we will call it as a zombie or bot, and whatever attacker name, we will call it as a bot header. So he will control all the machines through remote control process, CNC process. So that is nothing but, okay, so bot header will do. And whatever systems are got compromised in the LAN network or local area network via internet connection, so that is called zombie or bot. If you want to understand about more into this botnet, I have drawn this diagram before our class just 5 minutes back. You can see this one. So this is the attacker machine and a bot header. So attacker also called as a bot header, or we'll call it intruder or hacker. So these are the different names basically. So attacker, he will send the phishing emails or maybe whaling or spear phishing and so on to the multiple systems. So we can discuss about phishing email later. That time you'll understand. So attacker will send a phishing emails or scripts into the respective targeted mission via internet. It is connected in the local area network. So I'm repeating once again. Attacker will send a phishing email to all the end users are connected in the network, that is nothing but LAN via internet. So finally, whoever the end user is clicking on, if they have any vulnerability or weakness, finally those systems will get compromised. Finally, so as per cyber collision process, so command and control. So controlling will be remote control will be there with the attacker, and the attacker will control all these machines. Attacker will get all these machines. He will control all these machines through remote. That is the CNC control. So whatever system it is got compromised, these systems will call it as a bot or zombie, and whatever attacker from which machine he is trying to do, and he is controlling all these machines, we'll call it bot header. Header is nothing but a group. Header is nothing but a group of the people. So that's called head. So here head is meaning here multiple systems he will completely will control. So bot header meaning here multiple systems will be controlled by one of the owner. That owner is nothing but bot header. In this scenario, who is the bot header or owner is nothing but attacker. So here indirectly this one meaning here multiple systems will get compromised, not only single system. So that is about overall robot network or botnet. It will come via internet, and finally all these systems will get compromised. Then how to mitigate these type of attacks? Obviously, we have to use phishing email controls or malware attachments, related malware analysis tool, antivirus or ADR tool, okay, email security solutions, malware analysis tools, firewall. So these are the couple of controls we have to implement. So that's all about botnet. I'm repeating once again. Attacker will send a phishing email via internet through multiple systems are connected in the LAN. Okay, finally, whoever is clicked on that particular malicious URL link or malware attachments, so systems will get compromised. Finally, command and control or remote control will be to the attacker. Attacker will control all these machines through remotely. Whatever systems it is got compromised, we'll call it as a bot or zombie. And whoever controller or attacker or intruder controlling of all the machines is called as a bot header. So if you want to mitigate this one, what we have to do, on every end user machine, we have to deploy antivirus with the EDR tool. Then we have to use the phishing email related security solutions, example, email gateway. So then we have to implement malware analysis tools, next generation firewalls. If we are implementing all these things, we can take care of the respective botnet attacks. So that's all about botnet. So how can we define this one now? So bot means robot, net means either network or internet. If you are combining together, this is called robot network or robot internet. Meaning here, how robot will work, whatever conditions we are giving or whatever logic we are providing, according to that logic or according to that conditions, robot will work, right? In the similar way, bot header will provide some of the conditions or logic, and finally he will control all the bots or zombies. So that's why this name came via botnet, that is nothing but robot network or robot internet. Okay, so attacker will send a phishing emails to multiple users. So multiple users is nothing but spear phishing. So this one we can see later in future. Attacker will send a phishing emails to multiple users by attaching URL links or malware attachments, and whoever clicked on the attachment or URL link, those systems will get compromised if we don't have sufficient controls. Finally, attacker will control all the machines are connected in the LAN or connected in the LAN via internet. Okay, so that is about overall botnet attack. So nothing but he will gain the unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure, so that he will gain unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure. So that is called botnet. And whatever system it is compromised, whatever system it is compromised, those systems we will call it as bot or zombie. Controlling of all these machines, controlling of all the LAN connected machines via internet, person is called as bot header. Okay, so nothing but bot header will control all the machines through remote control or command and control server. So that's all about botnet. It will come through internet. It is a robot network. And how to mitigate these type of attacks? Mitigations. So as I said, antivirus and EDR, it's for almost all the solutions. So whenever any phishing email is coming, in that scenario, so whatever malware file it has, it will scan, and whatever malicious URL link will be there, it will scan, it will identify based on the signature based detection or based on the behavioral based pattern mechanism. It will either block it or either it will generate the alert, so that we can go and we can see what exactly it is going to happen or already it is happened. So that is antivirus or EDR. Next one is NGFW, next generation firewall. Next one is malware analysis tools. Next one is we can use email gateway. So we have seen network architecture diagram, email gateway or email security solution. So nothing but this one will act as a, because phishing email can be prevented and can be detected via email gateway or email security solution. That time itself I explained phishing email security solution is nothing but email gateway or email security solution. So what this phishing email will do, whenever any phishing email will come, so that email from external attacker, it will come to email gateway or email security solution. From there, it will reroute to SMTP server. From SMTP server, it will forward to end user, whatever sent recipient address attack is provided. So that is called email gateway or email security solutions. Couple of solutions we have like Mimecast, Ironport, TruePoint, then Symantec. Yeah, so these are a couple of popular tools from the email gateway or email security solutions. So that's all about botnet. So all these are attacks a part of malware category. So malware category we have completed. So that's all about malware category. Second category, we will see well-known attacks. Well-known attacks. Well-known means what we can see regularly. So what we can see regularly, these are all not only just in the organization point of view, even this one is related to common sense or behavioral sense from the end user or employees whoever is working on. It's a behavioral based. So common sense not only should be required to the end users machines, even sometimes it is required to employees as well. So what is mean by that one, I will explain practically now. So social engineering attack. First one is social engineering attack. So first of all, what is social engineering? Social is nothing but, don't think about social studies, what are we studied up to 10th standard. Social meaning here public. Public gathering is called social. Okay. So social means the public gathering. Social engineering attack means engineering, but that is nothing but technical. So publicly, technically attacked. Publicly something, technically this attack will come. That is called social engineering attack. So in this scenario, what exactly will happen? So here people will share the password and leaking of the confidential data in public. Leaking of the data. Leaking of the data. Leaking of the confidential data, you can say. Confidential or sensitive data in public. So what is meant by this one? Leaking of the confidential or sensitive data in public. For suppose whenever you are speaking in a phone, sometimes we will, without observing all other people, we will release, we will leak every data. That may be OTP numbers, that may be bank account numbers, that may be debit card or credit card. That is one type of social engineering only. Why don't you think opposite person is taking your information and is making a note? Not only that one, coming back to in the corporate culture, what is social engineering attack? Couple of tools normally, couple of servers normally, they will create service accounts. So nothing but they will use a common username and password. Common username and password. So for suppose two people has the same username and password. So that is nothing but one type of service account. They are trying to log in one of the server. Today, one of the person did not come to office, and whatever one guy has come to office, he forgot the password, because we have to remember a lot of passwords in our organization level. In that scenario, that guy, what he will do, obviously he wants to identify the password, then he will make a call to the respective employee, whoever is a part of in his team member. Then he will ask what is the password. For suppose that opposite guy is responding back, password at the rate of 123. So now he will repeat, could you please repeat password at the rate of 123. You will also repeat password at the rate of 123. In such a way you will repeat. So indirectly you are leaking of the data. You are leaking of the data. Not only this one, even in the organizational perspective, couple of people, they will put all these passwords in the desk place, or some of the people they will put in some of the notes. Okay, somewhere in the desk they will make some of the sticky notes like yellow color or green color, red color, and so on. In the sticky notes they will write, it's okay, Windows username and password is this one, Linux username and password is this one, SimTool username and password is this one, and so on. We should not do that. So that is also leaking of the data, right? So leaking of the data, you are making a username and passwords and you are putting a sticky notes in your desk. Obviously, if someone will come to your desk, obviously your friends or your colleagues or whoever it may be, they will see your username and passwords, right? So that is one thing. Some of the people wantedly, they will speak louder in the offices and they will ask, what is the password? What is the username, and so on. So we should not do all those. So we have to come closer to his desk and we have to ask with confidential way, what the username and password you are using. That's the way we have to do. So how to mitigate these type of attacks? Mitigations. So mitigation is leaking of the confidential data. So there is so example we can see. First of all, couple of examples we'll see. Username and passwords. Second one is bank account numbers, credit card number, and debit card number. Okay, so all these are part of completely. Okay, so example, couple of examples, OTPs, passwords, and so on. All these are a part of completely. Okay, so example of the social engineering attack. Then how to mitigate this one? Okay, mitigation. So mitigation is security awareness. Security awareness. What is meant by security awareness? We have to educate the employee. So we should not put sticky notes in your desk related to confidential data. Even you are writing a username and password, whatever some of the confidential data is there, whenever you are away from your desk, okay, so please lock your lock. Normally locker they will give. You can put your notes in the locker and you can go away. And whenever you are going away from your desk, make sure that you can lock out of your system, not shut down, lock out. Okay, so these are all the different ways we have to educate the end user by providing awareness. So awareness meaning here educating the end user. If you don't educate them, obviously they will not listen properly. So why I have to listen what are people they are saying? So that's what some of the people mental. I'm not saying all the people are like that, but some of the people, yes. Okay, security awareness is very, very important. Second thing is a behavioral sense, or otherwise common sense. So meaning here, we should not reveal the passwords in public. That guys has to aware all these things in behavior way. It's not wrong. So we have to say we should not reveal the confidential because it's a confidential data. Lot of reputation damage will be there if something go will wrong. So behavioral sense should be available. So these are a couple of mitigations. There are no other solutions for this type of attacks. We have to educate the respective end user. Okay, tool will not do all these things. It's a common sense and behavioral sense and awareness to the employees. Finally, we can mitigate these type of attacks. Next one is 15th one, shoulder surfing. Shoulder surfing. Shoulder surfing meaning here, So listening opposite person information and taking the confidential data. So observing the opposite shoulder and getting the data. So what is meant by observing the shoulder of the opposite person? Do you think that seeing the opposite person's shoulder? No, it's wrong. Shoulder meaning here, whatever opposite person he's speaking in a phone or in public, something he's leaking the confidential data, that time we will note that one and we will gain the unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure. So looking into someone else's shoulder and getting the data, that is called shoulder surfing. Looking into means don't think about I'm watching the shoulder of the opposite person. I'm listening the opposite people conversation and getting the information. Sometimes in the offices, they will do pay attention makers will be there. Even in the not only in the offices, even in the public also surrounding us. Surrounding us, we can see different people mentality and behavior. Right? Couple of examples like pay attention. What is my pay attention? There are two ways I can explain this one. Pay attention. Pay attention is nothing but listening the opposite people entire speaking and giving response back. That is okay, fine. Pay attention. Pay attention maker meaning here. In our surroundings, couple of times you will see couple of people, they will go and they will speak in phone with higher voice or louder voice wantedly because they want to make attention with everyone. I want to make a center of attraction, but they don't know they are leaking some of the confidential data. This one will happen in the public. This one will happen in the buses. This one will happen in the railway stations or flight. Wherever you will go, you will see this type of some of the speaking in the phones and so on. So that is okay. That's fine. So that is anyway. Every people opinion is different. Every people opinion is different. So that is their wish. I'm not saying that people are wrong. It's their opinion, their choice. They have freedom to speak and so on. But what I'm saying here, if are doing in such scenarios, in such incidents, speaking of that particular data, so it's okay. Normal casual talk, it's okay. But what about confidential data you are leaking? Sometimes you'll get the excitement in the phone. Sometimes you'll get the okay. So fear and afraid will leak everything. So that is called shoulder surfing. How can we define this one? Looking into someone's shoulder and taking the confidential data. So that is called shoulder surfing. So example, we can say that credit card data. So sometimes you will not maintain your credit card and debit card. You will keep with your parents or your mother or your father or your brother or your friend and so on. So sometimes you'll get OTP and you have to call back to them and you have to ask what is the credit card number, 12-digit number and OTP you are receiving and so on. Why don't you think your neighbor is listening everything and he's noting? Okay, so bank accounts, debit card data, everything, what a PIA data, basically not only this one, I will conclude that this is everything PIA data. So your mobile number, your passport number, your PAN card number and so on. So why we have to give our confidential data to opposite person and why we have to reveal everything in the public? Okay, that's called shoulder surfing. So mitigations are same as it is. There is no difference because it's a human behavioral, common sense or behavioral sense. Or we have to educate the person. We should not do this one. If we are doing this one, these are the consequences or these are all impacts will be there. So that is the way how we have to convince the respective employees and so on. Okay, so that is called shoulder surfing. Next one is eavesdropping. EVAES dropping. Eavesdropping. Eavesdropping meaning here secretly listening other people conversation. Two people will sit in the cafeteria or two people sit in the respective bench or wherever it may be. Don't think about only office how it is practical our day-to-day life also. So two people will okay, so speak personally or confidentiality, but in between one person will come and he will listen whatever confidential data they are discussing. right? So even without asking or without greeting, without saying anything, so directly they will come and they want to see, listen. So that is eavesdropping, secretly listening other people conversation and getting the confidential data. That is called eavesdropping. Okay.
Sorry, it is nothing but like MITM, right?
Yeah, MITM, that's right. Example is MITM, that's correct.
Right.
Okay, secretly listening other people conversation, getting the confidential data, but no, they will not ask this one in the interview. Maybe they will ask social engineering, maybe they will expect from the interview, but shoulder surfing and eavesdropping, they will not ask. So out of these three, social engineering, it's one of the important. So this one also same as it is, mitigation are same as it is. Security awareness we have to give. We have to say that, so whenever you are speaking something confidentially, make sure that other people should not listen. And behavioral sense. So now onwards, at least whenever you are speaking in a phone, so whatever confidential data you are sharing, so please take care of all these precautions. Okay, next one is a data exfiltration. Data exfiltration. So this already we discussed the part of MITRE attack.
Stealing of the data.
Yeah, stealing of the data. That's right. So already we discussed this one in the MITRE attack. It's a MITRE attack. Total 14 tactics attacker will use. Out of this one, exfiltration is one of the thing. So exfiltration meaning here, stealing of the confidential data or leaking of the sensitive data. Okay. So that is called data exfiltration. Exfiltration meaning here, so taking of the sensitive data or exposing of the sensitive data. Okay, who will do this one? Obviously attacker will do. So example, I will give some of the examples. Leaking or exposing of confidential data through network or internet. Basically exposing of the confidential data or stealing of the confidential data or leaking of the confidential data. We can put anything, stealing also we can say. Stealing or leaking or exposing of the confidential through network or internet. That is called data exfiltration. So in this scenario, stealing of the confidential data meaning here, example, DLP, not DLP, DL, data loss. Data loss. What is meant by data loss here? So we have discussed under endpoint security, data loss prevention or data leak prevention. So data loss is data loss is a completely attack. Data lock or data loss prevention is prevention. So DLP is a solution for data loss. Okay, DLP is a solution for data loss, whatever data is leaking in the organization level. So example, data loss related to pen drives. So through pen drives, we can copy some of the data or USBs or external devices and so on. This is one of the data leak only, right? Stealing of the data. Example, you're working on some of the project related to one of the application development. You know how to develop the code. So you know that not only your code you are developing, entire project details is there with you, including application architecture diagram, how the application we have to develop and so on. In that scenario, that project details we will copy from your laptop to your pen drive so that it will be useful for your future growth, future career. Right? That is one way. This is also leaking of the data, stealing of the data. It's called data exfiltration only. Or sending an email from professional to personal. So sending an email from professional to personal by attaching some of the data. So most of the people, whenever they are resigning some of the companies, they will copy the data. Why? Because whatever project he or she is working on, it will be helpful for future purpose. In that scenario, Example, pen drives or USB or external devices, they are blocking. What they will do? Anyway, it's last working tomorrow for me. If today I'm leaking of the data, it's okay, not an issue. That's what some of the people will think, and they will send whatever project they are working on, they will send it to the respective personal email ID. From personal email ID, they will download and they will keep it for future purpose. So that is also one of the data loss. Stealing, we are stealing of the data from professional to personal by attaching some of the data. So these are all some of the examples for data exfiltration. So then in that scenario, how to mitigate this one? So mitigation of this one. So we have to implement DLP solutions. And also we have to block all the ports. Example, whatever file transfer related protocols like SFTP, FTP, something if they are trying to copy, in that scenario we have to block. And email from professional to personal email block we have to do. So all these things we have to implement as a part of DLP solutions. Okay, so main thing is the DLP solutions we have to implement in such a way we can take care of the stealing of the data. So that is one of the very important thing we have to implement related to data exfiltration. So that's about one of the attack. Next one also we have to implement not only DLP control, access control list. Access control list meaning here access control list meaning here if we have the sufficient control. So whenever someone is trying to access something, whether we are blocking or allowing, whitelisting or blocklisting, so role-based access control we have to implement. If you don't implement role-based access control, example, I am part of security team, you are part of DevOps team, and if they are giving access to finance reports related to finance of the organization, then it's a leaking of the confidential data, right? In that scenario, we have to implement access control list or permissions or grants. So that is one thing we have to implement. So RBAC is one of the thing, role-based access control we have to implement. So meaning here, so according to your role, whatever they have defined, we have to implement all those roles. So these are all couple of role-based access control, DLP solutions.
Access control is from firewall, right?
Access control is from firewall. Even endpoint level also we have one of the tool name is called NAC, network access control. Yes, firewall is one of the solution, and even we have to implement in the endpoint level as well. You are right.
Oh, fine. So thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, that is about data exfiltration. Next one is APT. APT. So APT is nothing but advanced persistent threat. Advanced persistent threat. Full form is advanced persistent threat. So that is called APT. So what is meant by exactly advanced persistent threat? So as I said, persistent, continuous monitoring. Example also I given Cognizant, it is hacked in 2020 April time period. But it's a APT attack basically. Whatever attack is happened in Cognizant. Apologies, guys. Yeah, advanced persistent threat. What is meant by this one? As I said, in Cognizant 2020, it is hacked by Maze ransomware attack. So do you think that suddenly one of the attacker, they installed malware on the end user systems and he exploited? No. Initially, 2019 June or July time period, he installed APT malware. So continuously he monitored longer time. Almost Cognizant has taken more than 1 year time period to identify the Maze ransomware attack. As I said, because of the treason, 18,000 people are terminated. It is there in the news as well. And also couple of projects completely, they did not, I mean, whoever got the project, so they have withdrawn that particular project. Okay, so that is one type of APT. Maze ransomware attack is one of the example of APT attack. Eternal Blue, Eternal Romance, Regula, Kaseya ransomware attack. All these are examples of APT groups. Advanced persistent threat. Advanced meaning here, advanced hacking technology. Persistence meaning here, longer time period. Threat, vulnerability is trying to exploit it. But unfortunately, organizations, our customers, our clients, they don't have the sufficient control to identify these type of APT attacks. So A means advanced technologies. P means persistence, you know already. Persistence means here longer time period, not detected. Threat means exploitation, weakness exploitation. Now you can combine three together. So nothing but attacker will use advanced technologies and he will compromise the end user systems. So whenever he identify the weakness, that employees, I mean organizations or clients or customers not able to identify the longer time period. That is called APT, advanced persistent threat. Attacker will use advanced technologies for exploiting the attack after finding the weakness for longer time period. So customers is not able to identify these attacks even though they are using couple of solutions like antivirus or next generation firewall and so on. So that is called APT. How can we define now? So attacker will use advanced hacking technologies to compromise the end user system after identifying weakness, and also it is not detected by any security tools longer time period. So in the what is meant by this one basically, so whatever solutions we are using related to security, those tools it is not able to identify. So customers is not able to identify. That is called APT. Okay. So now how to mitigate this type of attacks? We have to use mitigations. ATP. APT is an attack. Remember, APT is an attack. Advanced persistent threat. ATP is a solution. Advanced threat prevention. So don't confuse this one. Most of the people will get confusion here. Advanced threat prevention solutions. APT, advanced persistent threat. ATP, advanced threat prevention. So advanced threat prevention solutions we have to implement. So malware analysis tools. So next one is next generation firewall, next generation antivirus. That is nothing but EDR. So if you are implementing this one, next generation firewall is capability of ATP, advanced threat prevention. So it will work behavioral based as well, not only signature based. Something it is suspecting unusual behavior, in that time next generation firewall will generate an alert. It is nothing but machine learning and artificial concept. In the similar way, antivirus or EDR also has a capability of behavioral based pattern. Meaning what? So something new, unknown activity is happening, that time automatically generate the alert. It is not based on the signature. What is meant by behavioral based? Every time I'm saying behavioral based. So meaning here, 2.5 years back, we don't have any vaccine for corona, or we don't have any medication for corona. So it is nothing but So we will treat as there is no signature for corona 200 years back. But after 2 years or after 1.5 years, they found some of the vaccine, they found some of the medication. Whenever coronavirus will come, these are things we have to taken care. So after 1.5 years, this becomes like a known signature, but before 2.5 years, it's completely unknown to us, right? So whenever these unknown related symptoms are coming, for suppose even though now also, if you are whatever medication they provided, because there are different variants are coming. Okay. So for example, once again, corona new variant has come, or new variant is going to come, whatever it may be, it's a complete unknown to us. Maybe existing medication or existing signature is not sufficient, or existing vaccination it is not sufficient. For we have to go for another solution that time. So, but whenever these type of symptoms are coming, cold or cough or fever or whatever it may be related to symptoms of the corona, we have to suspect that one as a maybe behavior of the corona. Before hitting to human body, if 1 or 2 days you are feeling like uncomfortable and cold and cough and running nose and fever you are getting, then you have to suspect maybe that is corona is going to come. It is like a behavior, it's like a symptoms it is going to come. So that behavior based it is coming, then we will take care of the preventive mechanisms. So maybe we'll use kashayam, we will use Dolo 650 or paracetamol or citizen or whatever it may be. So that is called behavioral based. So nothing but something, it's a new unknown thing is are coming. We have to suspect that one is going to cause some of the impact to my organization. How is it working? Is a combination of machine learning and artificial intelligence. So in that scenario, whatever tool we are using, that may be next generation firewall or EDR or maybe SIM tool, it will generate the alert automatically. Now we have to go and we have to see what is the exactly why SIM tool or EDR or next generation firewall or proxy or IDS IP is generated this alert. Is there any suspicion behavior is there for this one? Is there any suspected URL is there? Is there any abnormal activities available for this alert? Now you are going and you are taking everything proactively, not reactive. A reactive is nothing but something virus it is got compromised. You are taking like a quarantine, home isolation. That is called reactive. But proactive meaning here, you are suspecting something and advancedly you are taking the proactive measurements. That's called proactive. So now whatever this machine learning and artificial intelligence behavior as it is supporting for every tool. So if you are identifying some of the behavioral based alert, then we'll go on and we'll block. Finally, it will not come to our organization level. So this is a part of proactive threat hunting. So in SIM tool L3 level, they will do one of the designation as I mentioned, proactive threat hunting. Proactive threat hunting meaning here something we are suspecting the proactively and we are blocking that activity in our organization. It's one type behavioral, right? So observing some of the behavioral activity and finally we are blocking that particular activity in our organization level in proactively. It's a part of basically proactive threat hunting that we can discuss later. So that's what I want to say here. Nowadays, whatever security solutions are coming into the industry or market, so those have advanced features like a not only signature based detection mechanism, it has a behavioral based mechanism, it has a APT solutions, not APT, ATP, advanced threat prevention mechanisms and so on. So that is about mitigation part. Okay. So next one, yeah, example groups we can see. Example groups for ATP. See, once again, I'm confused. Even now itself, I'm confusing APT and ATP. Okay, so example groups for ATP. APT, sorry guys. APT, advanced persistent threat. One is Chacha group in 2019 or 20. So eternal blue or eternal romance. This is in 2017. Next one is Regila. It is in 2021. Okay. So these are all some of the examples for, okay, so whatever existing hacking groups they have done, and they did not identify longer time period. Who did not identify? Organizations or companies. They did not identify longer time period, and couple of organizations got compromised. So that is nothing but, okay, so these are all some of the hacking groups. Chacha is one of the example hacking group. Eternal Blue or Eternal Romance, Regila. So these are all couple of some of the examples for so hacking groups. Not only this one, we have a lot of other. Lorenzo group is there. Lorenzo, that is also ransomware related. Eternal Blue, anyway, I told you. And so next one, recently one more is there in the news. In Supreme Court of India also sometimes in mobile Android, a lot of MLA MPs systems are got compromised ransomware attack. Petagus, I think so. Petagus. Yeah, Petagus or something like that. So
Pegasus,
this one,
sir. Pegasus.
That's right. Yeah, Pegasus. So it's one of the hacking group. It's a completely ransomware attack. So it is there in the just only, I think, around 8 to 9 months back. And almost this was there in the even Supreme Court of India, not Supreme Court of India, in the Assembly news. They were discussing about some of the people, MLA and MPs accounts got compromised by this Pegasus ransomware attack. It's one of the hacking group. Okay. So these are all some of the hacking groups. Normally, they will try to, should not identify longer time period. So that is about, okay, couple of hacking groups. Next one we can discuss about that's all about well-known attacks. If any additional things are there, we can discuss later. Next one is the phishing email category, third one. Phishing email category. So phishing email category, first of all, what is mean a phishing and how we can identify phishing? What is the difference between phishing and spamming? And what are the differences of phishing emails normally attacker will send? Okay, so couple of things we will see. First of all, what is phishing? So phishing is nothing but here attacker will trick the end user by sending an email. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So attacker will trick the end user by sending an email. So how he will trick the end user? So he will trick the end user by providing some of the excitement data. What is meant by excitement data? So he will provide couple of things like he will provide a hope to the end user. What is my hope here? He will say like you can click on this one, you will receive the 500k Great Britain pounds lottery, or you can click on this one, you can receive the iPhone within the 10 minutes time period, or you can open this particular document, you can see some of the miracle by God grace. So in such a way they can completely will trick the end user, and finally he will gain the unauthorized access. So because nowadays a lot of people is not aware of the cyber security and so on, that's why they are introducing everywhere, including engineering colleges as well. Okay, so slowly this is becoming popular to even everywhere, remote areas as well. Yeah, coming back to here, phishing email category, as I said, attacker will trick the end user by sending an email. Attacker will, 1 second. Sorry guys. Okay, attacker will trick the end user by sending an email to the respective end user, and he will gain unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure. That is called phishing email. So how we can define? Attacker will trick the end user by sending an email so and he will gain unauthorized access, or sensitive data exposure. So that is nothing but phishing email. So here there are different ways he can send the phishing email. First of all, we can see how can you suspect that one may be phishing email. Symptoms, otherwise symptoms. Symptoms are suspecting the phishing email behavior. So symptoms of phishing emails. First thing is lottery related emails. So as I said, a couple of your personal Gmail or Yahoo Mail or Hotmail or Outlook, you will receive regularly. So if you are clicking on this one, you will receive some X amount of money and so on. So that is about one of the example. Second one is gift card or voucher card. So gift card they will put, you can click on this one and you can scratch this particular card, then you will get the gift card or voucher card. Okay, so they will put the gift card or voucher card related information, and then they will attach some of the malicious URL links, and they will say you can click on these particular links, then you can see one of the miracle. And invoice copies. So first of all, we will not place any order in Amazon or Flipkart or Swiggy or Zomato or whatever it may be. Finally, what we will see, one of the receipt we will see. First of all, I did not place any order. How can I see the receipt or invoice copy? Invoice copy is nothing but receipt. Now, whatever payment you have done, that is called invoice copy. So invoice copies information we can see, and malicious domains we can see, nothing but fake domains. So it is not a genuine domains, we can see fake domains. For suppose as a given example, tcs.com. Instead of tcs.com, they will say test.tcs.com. First of all, test.tcs.com is not available originally or legitimately, but we will receive the email as a test.tcs.com. So malicious domains we can see. Job opportunities. So forget about LinkedIn, forget about Indeed, forget about Monster, forget about Naukri and so on. That emails whatever we are receiving, that one is genuine. But sometimes from other countries people, we will receive the mails like we need an electrical engineer, we need a civil engineer, we need chef, we need a driver, we need a nanny and so on. So all those are completely, it's a illegal things. It's illegitimate. It's illegitimate. Finally, what you know, so after replying you back to you, then they will send some of the things back to you. You can fill this one, and so our coordinator is there in so and so place, and he will coordinate with you and so on. In such a way, some agreements and will be there. Finally, for paying money also, so you will not receive anything. It's a completely, in frankly speaking, in vulgar language, sorry to say that one, it's a bullshit. It's a completely fake. It's a complete illegitimate. But what is the people behavior? What are people thinking? So people thinking is, okay, something I will get as a monetary beneficiary. So that is completely this one. So these are all job opportunities, mails and so on. I'm not saying genuine emails
Fraud
like
also.
sorry.
Sir, it includes fraud also.
Yeah, fraud also, anything, fraud also. Even sometimes nude related things also will come. Porn related, nude, adult content, all those things, they will give in the different ways, basically. Yeah, fraud also, it's one of the example. Yeah. So even spelling mistakes will be there. So spelling mistakes will be there. So these spelling mistakes. Yeah, spelling mistakes in the entire body of the content. So these are some of the symptoms of the phishing email identifications.
Sir,
Identification. Yes, please.
Sir, can we identify phishing email ID? Like, can we see email IDs which are using phishing?
Yeah, we can. If you are using SMTP server, if you are using email security solutions, yes, we can. But we have to go and we have to do the manual verification. So that's why we are here. We want to do the investigation, but we have to suspect maybe these emails are phishing emails.
But company won't allow these emails and
Company, that's what normally whenever somebody, for example, Some of the mail is received by HR team. HR team has to forward to the SOC team. Somehow the CTO has received one of the email. CTO has to forward to SOC operations team. Then we have to go and we have to do the investigation. Clear?
Yeah, okay.
So normally we have to educate the respective employees. Phishing email education or awareness also we have to give to the end user. So actually, when I was working in some X company in 2013, so what happened? So one of the director, she is a lady and she is a director, and one of the phishing email attacker, she got her email, and finally she is doing threatening and block email. So on out of business hours, you're watching so and so. So I have the entire history. If you don't pay $2,000 for me, I can reveal entire data to the your company CEO. And finally, you can lose your job or you can lose your job. That's what he's doing, threatening as well as block emailing. So that is one of the instances happened. But if she is upgrading and if she is not able to forward that email to SOC operations, obviously she will pay by fear or by afraid, she will pay money to the attacker. That is one of the example. And one more thing, what happened when I was working in once again same company in 2013 once again. So that time on behalf of the original CEO, I'm repeating once again, on behalf of original CEO name is some x.y. I will not say name, x.y at the rate of some tcs.com example. So CEO name is x.y at the rate of tcs.com. So this guy so what attacker has done on behalf of x.y at the rate of tcs.com, he is CEO. Then what he has done, so x.y he put as it is, but he changed it at the rate of domain name. What he mentioned, outlook.tcs.com. So this is the email fake domain he created, and he sent it to one of the director. He's a CEO, he's an attacker now. He created one of the fake domain. If you are going to GoDaddy and we can purchase for 200 rupees one of the domain. So attacker, he created this domain and he sent an email to some of the y.jet at the rate of tcs.com guy. So he's a director. So otherwise what I will do, so this one I'll put away. So you can see now x.y.tcs.com CEO, y.z.tcs.com is a director. These two people are genuine and legitimate people, and they can converse and they can send an email to each other. So that is business. You can see at the rate of tcs.com. Now what attacker, phishing email attacker has done, instead of, okay, he stolen some of the email address. So x.y at the rate outlook.tcs.com. These are director is not aware of. So outlook. He did not see this one basically. Outlook.tcs.com is existing or not, because he's a director, he's not a security person. He's somewhere related to content development. It's entertainment industry. So this guy is not aware of whether really this is attacker email address or our CEO address. In that email, this attacker, what he has done, tomorrow morning, I have some meeting is there with 3 customers or 3 clients. So I have to provide some of the gifts to them. so that we'll get the projects. Indirectly, he was saying that I will give some bribe, and according to that one, I can get the projects. So he said that, okay, CEO, attacker was writing all these things in the email. So I'm repeating once again, attacker was saying that, so tomorrow I have 3 meetings are there with 3 customers. So it's very critical customers to us. If I'm providing some of the gifts to them, maybe they can give projects to us. It's not wrong. If you want to do business, sometimes you have to do all these. We have to provide dinner, we have to provide lunch and so on. Okay. So these are all business tactics. So attacker has done same thing. So three customers. So I need 15,000 coupons, USD dollars worth. So each customer has a 500 USD. So each customer has a 500 USD and total 1,500 USD for 3 customers. So now this mail went to this guy. As actually this person is not at all involved. But on behalf of the original CEO, he is sending this conversation, everything to director. So director that day is on leave and he is taking his son to hospital. That conversation, everything is available. So unfortunately, X.Y, I am going to hospital. Today I am on PTO or otherwise I am on leave. So tomorrow I will send this particular. Okay, so gift cards or voucher cards, whatever you are asking. So that one he sent it. Once again, what he has sent, attacker. So that's fine. You can, once an appointment is completed with the doctor and checkup is completed after visiting and you are coming back to your home, then you can go and you can purchase and you can send it to me all those 500 or 1,500 USD dollars as a coupons. Then once again he respond because he's a CEO. If CEO has to say, this guy has to listen because accountability. Some of the people very straightforward and open-minded, they will not listen. But anyway, this guy has listened. Okay, because he's a higher authority. CEO is a higher authority. If someone is saying higher authority people, even we have to listen sometimes because situations are like that. So finally, so he purchased in the evening time, same day. So every coupon has a 200 USD dollar. Unfortunately, 500 USD dollars are not available. So 200 USD dollars each coupon. So 200 USD dollars into 3. So 200 USD, 200 USD, 200 USD for each customer. So total it's come together 600 USD. So actually attack is asked about only 500 USD, but on behalf of CEO, he's asking 500 USD. Our CEO is asking, okay, 500 USD, but unfortunately we don't have 500 USD. Gift cards or voucher cards. Finally, he purchased 3 200 voucher cards. That is altogether 600 USD. 600 USD into once again 3 customers. That means 1,800 USD dollars. So he purchased and he sent it via email to the attacker. So unfortunately, we don't have the 500 USD gift cards or voucher card wherever I am there, sorry. So I'm sending 200 into 3 coupons, 600 USD, altogether 1,800 USD dollars. So he sent all those gift cards and voucher cards to the respective attacker, and finally attacker is used all those 1,800 USD dollars. So how much business loss? How much loss, monetary value loss to the this director? 1,800 into 75 or 70 you can consider. 1,26,000. So this what will have. This happened really. This happened really, practically in my experience. So immediately what we have done. So we identify this as a phishing email. So then finally, what he has done, this director, this one he forwarded to finance team now. This guy after sending the gift cards and voucher cards, because he do reimbursement, whatever, because he purchased for company purpose, right? Business purpose. So finally he has to purchase, he has to reimburse from the company, and he sent an email to finance team, and finance team said that why actually CEO will ask this money. If any money wants CEO, they will contact us directly, finance team. They will not contact directors or CTOs or CISOs or board of directors or senior management. They will contact finance team. And finally, finance team forwarded that email to SOC team. Then finally, what happened? So we found that it's a complete phishing email, and the director lost approximate 1,800 USD dollars. It's one of the example. So this is the way how whenever, that's why, as I said, we have to give the phishing awareness to everybody in the organization level. Otherwise, this one will happen. As I said several times, most of the attacks will come, 70% of the attacks will come through phishing email only. Okay, so now types of phishing. Types of phishing. So first one is spear phishing. Spear phishing. So spear means it's like a overall circle. SPHE sphere, that is different. So we have triangle, square, rectangle, sphere. That sphere is different. Here spear, SPER, spear phishing. So spear phishing is nothing but it's a hole, basically, general meaning. So what is spear phishing? Attacker will send an email to one user or group of users or couple of users, not a single person. So attacker will trick the one user or group of users or couple of users by sending an phishing email. So finally, what will happen? He will gain unauthorized access. Whoever is clicked on. It's not a mandatory everybody has to click, or it's not a mandatory everyone has to click on that. Whoever clicked on, maybe they will get compromised. That we have to go and we have to see how many people are clicked on, how many people are did not click on. So that is our role. That is our role. Okay. So that is called spear phishing. I'm repeating, attacker will trick the end user by sending an email to one user or group of users or couple of users. So that is called spear phishing. Okay. Next one is whaling. So it's the first one. All these are interview questions, guys. All these are interview questions. It's a very favorite interview questions. So spear phishing. And next one is whaling. Whaling means, you know already, whale is nothing but a big fish. It's a more than crocodile. Okay. So it's a more than crocodile. Whale is a big fish. So it will catch all other small fishes. So whale is nothing but catching the big fish. So catching the big fish meaning here, who is the big fish in the organization? Obviously, it's a CEO or CTO or CISO or CFO or CIO or board of directors or vice presidents or assistant vice presidents and so on. So attacker will trick the sending an email to board of directors or senior level executives. So that is called whaling. Okay. So how we can define? Attacker will trick the end user by sending an email to board of directors or senior level executives. Okay, example. So CEO, so you know already, chief executive officer, he will take care of the business. Next one, CTO, chief technology officer, he will take care of technology. CFO, chief finance officer, he will take care of finance. CIO, chief information officer, he will take care of data. Next one, CISO, chief information security officer, is dedicated to security field. So our highest role in security, everybody security dream job is CISO, becoming to CISO. That is the highest level. Yeah, I think these are all some of the examples of the respective high level executives or board of directors, along with directors, vice presidents, senior managers, and so on. So that is nothing but whaling. So sending an email to all these people and getting the confidential data or getting the information. So in our previous scenario, so this is example to anyone. This example to which scenario? Which scenario out of these two? Anyone?
Whaling.
Whaling, that's right. So you can see here CEO and director. So it's a higher level executives. So it's nothing but whaling. Okay. So that is called whaling. Next one is smashing. SMISHING. So smashing meaning here sending a SMS or text and getting the information. Sending a message or so sending a text and getting the unconfidential data. Example, as I said, in WhatsApp groups, if you are forwarding this message to 10 members, you will get the iPhone. So one is for spamming the advertisement of the product. Second one is, so obviously clicking on that particular URL links, it's like a text only, right? So URL link on under the text, he will provide this one. So if you are sending this one, you will receive the good news within 1 hour. Couple of times you will see all these. Actually, anybody has got this particular, I mean, whatever offer they are providing, no. So one is for spamming advertisement purpose. Second one is to compromise the end user system by sending a SMS or text or URL link. So that is nothing but smashing. Sending a text or messages to the end users and gaining the confidential data. So that is called smashing. Next one is wishing. WISHING, not WHISHING, wishing. That wishing means greetings. But this wishing is nothing but calling to other people. How we can call? We have to call via mobile. This one will happen regularly in our remote areas. Not only remote areas, anywhere. Even sometimes we will also face this particular condition. So what is meant by this one? Couple of bank people, like a fraud, they will call and they will ask. So if you are providing your debit card and PIN number, you will receive within 30 minutes 30,000 INR or 50,000 INR you will get credit, or 1 lakh INR you can credit. So it's nothing but some of the phishing email attackers, they are calling to the end user and finally they are getting the unauthorized access and losing of the money. So that is nothing but phishing. Okay, how can we say this one? So attacker will call the end user and gaining the unauthorized access. Whenever I'm saying unauthorized access means think about data and money or money. Okay, so that is about phishing. So next one is malware phishing. Malware phishing. So malware phishing meaning here, what is meant by malware phishing? So attacker will send example invoice copies. Invoice copies. Invoice copy, whenever any file is attaching, as I said, 99% of the cases, these malware will comes via files. So that may any file, that may .doc, .pdf, .exe, .jpeg, .dll and so on. Malware phishing meaning here, attacker will attach some of the malware documents and finally once end user is clicking on that particular attachments, so malware will be executed on the end user machine and it is processed, it is installed, and finally that communication will go and reach to command and control server as per cyber kill process, and finally he will gain unauthorized access. That's called malware phishing. So how to define this one? Attacker will send or attach. Attacker will attach malware files in the email and send it to users and compromise the system and gain the unauthorized access. So that is called malware phishing. Okay. Even URL phishing also available. So the sixth one is URL phishing. So URL phishing already I given example. So attacker will send a malicious URL link. As I said, you can click on this one, you can register, you can receive iPhone or whatever it may be. Okay. So nothing, URL means it's a website or application. There we have to go and we have to register. That is called URL phishing. So attacker will send malicious URL link to the end user, and once end user is clicking on malicious URL links, systems will get compromised. And finally, attacker will gain unauthorized access. So that is nothing but URL phishing. Okay, URL means in here website URL or application URL. Example, www dot. So anything. So I can give some. I don't say this one. You will think bad. So I will say
This
something else.
phishing is like a Trojan, sir.
Yes, that's correct. It's like a Trojan. That's right. Testing.com. So testing.com, you can consider whatever example. xxxx.com, that may be example gmail.com or yahoomail.com or whatever it may be. So in the URL link, basically HTTPS at the colon, whatever it may be. So that is called URL phishing. So when you want, this is one of the favorite interview question today. Also, one of the students they asked about this interview question. So can you explain a phishing email investigation? What is phishing? What are the different types of phishing emails we have, and how can you do the investigation? It's one of the interview question today. So most of the interview questions related to server got compromised, end system is got compromised, ransomware. Today one more interview question is one of the end system is got compromised, ransomware. What will you do? What will you do? Anyone? One of the end system is got compromised, ransomware attack. What will you do? Anyone? Just a guess. Because ransomware attack we already completed. That's why.
Backup the data.
Excellent. So we have to go and we have to see whether backup configuration file is existing or not, and immediately we have to do the containment, and we have to do the formatting of the system, and backup configuration we have to import to the respective laptop. That's all. So if you are able to understand the theoretical, we have to implement logically to the respective attack point. Okay, that's all. So anyway, that we can see later. Don't worry. Just I'm asking logically. Okay. So that is about URL phishing. Out of these 1, 3 and 4, it's a completely not for us. It's for human society as well. Society or public as well. It's not applicable to corporate culture. What is my corporate culture? It's nothing but MNC companies or enterprise or small or medium business scale industries. So smashing and wishing, it's happened to personal life also, right? Some of the people will text to us and it will happen to us. Wishing, some of the people will call us personally and they will ask. So smashing and wishing is obviously, it's a common to everybody, not only corporate culture or big MNC companies or small MNC companies or medium and so on. It's a universal one. Smashing and wishing is universal to everybody. But coming back in the organization level, spear phishing, whaling, malware phishing, URL phishing, all these are dedicated applicable to corporate wise. When I'm saying corporate, it's nothing but it's organization oriented. It's organization oriented to every employee. So that's all about phishing email. You are aware of what is SPF sender policy framework. It's like authorization, DMARC, DKIM, written path, header analyzer. So whenever if you want to do the investigation, we have to analyze all these. So separate topic is their investigation. That time we can discuss about in briefly what is phishing email. Okay, how to do the investigation. Now coming back here, how to mitigate now? Mitigation. Now you are able to the total entire what is phishing email, what is suspicions or symptoms to receive the phishing email, how can you identify the phishing email, and what are the different types we have. Now mitigation steps. So mitigations, what we have to do are preventive steps. We have to implement email security gateways. Email security gateways or email security solutions. Email security gateway or email security solutions, nothing but couple of tools are available to us. One is Proofpoint. Second one is Ironport from Cisco. Next one is Mimecast. Outlook 365 ATP, Office 365 otherwise. Because nowadays everyone using Outlook 365 or Office 365, they have one of the feature name is called ATP, Advanced Threat Prevention or Defender. So if you are enabling this feature, it can identify the phishing email as well along with emails. So these are a couple of things we have to implement. So malware phishing, how can you detect malware phishing or how can we block malware phishing? What is the solution for this one? Anyone?
Malware scanning tools.
Yeah, antivirus or EDR tool. That's right. Antivirus or EDR tool or
Next
malware.
generation firewall.
Right. Next generation firewalls. What about the last one? URL
The
phishing.
proxy.
Yeah, proxy. Last one is proxy. That's right. URL phishing is nothing but a proxy or firewall. That's correct. Okay, URL we can block in the firewall as well as proxy both. So these are all the couple of implementation if you are doing or if are implemented, then finally we can mitigate phishing emails. 100% we cannot do that because even attacker also he will send from different approaches he will follow, that we can see. So as I said, every email contains the header analyzer. We have to analyze that particular header. It's very important. Okay, so once again we have dedicated phishing email investigation practical scenarios are there. That time I will explain about all these. Okay. So every email contains couple of important parameters. Already we discussed part of SMTP server. I'm not discussing once again. That's okay. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, we discussed already. Every email contains couple of important parameters, and even I provided the definitions as well. So please go through that one. Okay. Next one is till today, whatever we completed, I can provide some of the interview questions, guys. It's a practically in the interview point of view. First thing is they will ask about walk me through your resume or explain about your current roles and responsibilities or what is your day-to-day activities. That is the first question. Obviously, for not only security team or for any interview, they will ask. This is the first question. Any technology, basically. Second question is which incident investigation you have done recently, or which incident in your career, what is the best incident investigation you have done? So they will ask in different ways. So that is one thing. In that one, so what are the logical questions normally interviewer will ask? So I can say that interview questions here. Otherwise, I can do one thing. I will create interview questions and I will put it here in the another sheet. Yeah, logical oriented till malware to phishing email along with well-known attacks. One of the end user system is got compromised by virus. One of the end user system is got compromised by virus. So how can you do investigation?
Yeah.
Malware scanning tools.
Yeah, so it's basically SM tool you have to introduce here. Yeah, malware scanning and everything we have EDR and so on.
NGFW.
One of the server got compromised. One of the server got compromised by virus. How can you do investigation? One of the end user system is got compromised ransomware attack. How can you do investigation? Or how can you mitigate otherwise? Next one of the server. Most importantly, one of the all these are all these are end user system virus, ransomware, everything is a part of malware category. Directly they will ask malware. Do you have any idea on malware analysis? How can you do malware analysis? Okay, so do you have any idea on malware analysis? And how can you do malware analysis? It's one of the favorite interview question. So not only virus, you can put everything, whatever we discussed. One of the system is got compromised worm, what can you do? One of the system is got compromised by botnet, what can you do, and so on. But most, so anyway, all these are part of completely malware category. Directly they will ask this one. One of the system is got compromised malware, what can you do investigation? Or do you have any idea on malware analysis? How can you do malware analysis? So you have to say in both manual as well as automated. What is my manual and automated? So manual meaning here manual testing. What is my manual testing? What are functional feature we are implementing in the application or product level? We'll go and we will see whether that particular testing is working properly or not. What are feature it is coming? User acceptance test, UAT. So before going to UAT, we have to do testing. So that means Selenium testing or loader runner test or maybe JavaScript test or whatever test you are using. So we will go and we will test both automated tools we have, manual testing also we will do, right? So how the feature is working or not, whether whatever feature we are going to implement is working or not. That is on the testing side. It's a completely software testing tools. But even in our case also, how they are two different types of testing they are doing, manual and automated. Here also we will do manual and automated. Manual malware analysis, automated malware analysis. Manual malware analysis meaning here, one of the system is got compromised. That's all. But you are not sure whether really it is got compromised or not. So one of the system is got compromised by malware. Alert is received through EDR tool. That is automated. Meaning here, our alerting tool has given some of the alert notification. Okay, if alert is giving, it's very straightforward. We can go and we can see which file is causing the malware, and we can go and we can delete the file. And once again, we have to business impact analysis. But coming to manual way, it's difficult. But if you are going for manual only, we can learn a lot of things. Same thing like whatever Selenium testing or Java or HTML or JavaScript and so on. So manual as well as automated. Here also manual malware analysis, automated malware analysis. Manual meaning here, so everything we have to suspect some of the files are causing malware. And automated meaning here tools oriented. So example, as I said, antivirus or EDR, next generation firewall or malware analysis tools, all those things we have to consider. And tool will give the results, whether really malware is there or not. That is called automated. So the two things we had to explain. It's one of the popular interview question, guys. So next, obviously everything is the interview question. All these are interview questions only. Next one is a phishing email. In phishing emails, they will ask different ways. In phishing email wise, they will ask in different ways. So they will ask like, one of the phishing attackers sent 100 phishing email to the respective 100 users via URL link. How can you do investigation? One of the phishing attack, that is another spear phishing. 100 emails you are receiving the end user, nothing but spear phishing. Group of users, nothing but quantity is more than one. So spear phishing. Otherwise, in another scenario, how they will say, one of the phishing attacker is sent 100 phishing emails via malware attachments. How can you do investigation?
Spear.
So actually, all these are not completely technical oriented questions. It's a managerial based interview questions. In that critical condition, in that critical situation, how can you handle your pressure? How can you handle your pressure? So whether you will go and you will identify all the 100 malware attachments people, and you can identify and you can do manual malware analysis. No, it's not like that. So that we can see in the different scenarios. Okay. So not only this one, once again, they will ask in the another way. 100 phishing email attackers sending 100 phishing emails to different users, nothing but 100 phishing emails. I'm repeating once again, 100 phishing email attackers sent an email to 100 end users, 100 different end users. Total how many phishing emails in this scenario?
Once.
One.
One, sir.
I'm repeating once again, 100 phishing email attackers sent an email to 100 different individual or end users. How many phishing emails in this scenario?
100.
100.
100.
Yeah, in that scenario, how can you handle the situation? So 100 phishing emails, it is coming to you. So which one you will work on first? You are not sure, right? Which one I have to work on?
Severity
First
wise.
work on
Prioritize the event.
Yeah, severity. Once again, severity also. Maybe 50 emails severity is same. What is the answer?
first you have to click on our mail. Check
Click on your mail.
on our mails.
We will use
basing on business oriented.
Data flow.
Data flow? No.
Basing on business oriented, we have to go through.
Business oriented. What do you mean by business oriented?
Means which we get the profit by which group means.
So maybe the reputation damage is more anywhere.
critical
Reputation
one we
damage.
will do first, sir. In severity also there will be critical, there will be low, there will be
Yeah.
high, like this.
So this is not a technical question at all. First of all, please understand, this is not a technical question at all. In this way, logically, they will ask in the interview. So why can't you say team coordination, guys? Do you think that you are alone is there in the team?
No.
Then obviously I can share whatever 100 phishing emails are received. I can contribute and I can share with my team members as well. Team collaboration, team coordination,
Okay, sir.
team support. That's what I said. Whenever you are answering something, don't think about only technical. That's what I want to convey here. So I can work on 10 instances within the SLA, whatever it is defined. My colleagues also working within the whatever SLA, 4 hours of the SLA. 4 hours is more than sufficient for to do the 10 instant alerts related to phishing email. Why can't you say this answer? So that is what, whenever you want to answering logically, you can think, you should be smart. Don't think about only technical and so on. These nobody will teach. This completely based on experience, it will come everything. That is what I'm trying to say here. So it's not about only technical. How is your pressure? So in that scenario, obviously we'll see that in our queue, lot of incidents are there. Which one I have to prioritize? You will be in confusion. You can segregate, that's okay, well and good. I will say business case. Example CEO, whaling is coming. We'll give the priority 1. And directors will give priority 2. Vice presidents will give priority 3 and so on. We'll do that one. But by that time, we have sufficient time is available. If we're going and clicking on each and every one. And one more way how we can say this one. One is team support, team collaboration, team coordination, and so on. Okay. Second one is I can escalate to my manager. Escalation matrix we have to follow. Whenever something unknown and flooding of the alerts are coming, it is not in your hands. So we have to inform to the respective escalation matrix. We have a lot of emails are there. I cannot handle these many incidents, even though I'm extending my shift. In that scenario, so couple of additional guys are required to do the investigation. I can follow the escalation matrix and process whatever it is defined. Third one is even 1 or 2 phishing emails, I can go and I can see whether same URL link or subject line is available or same malware link is available. Then maybe one attacker only, but he is in 100 phishing email domains. Why can't you think in such a way? Logic. I'm repeating. So 100 phishing email domains, but only single attacker is sending. In that scenario, only single common URL link will be there, or single malware attachment will be there. I can go and I can see couple of emails randomly. I can see whether whatever user 1 is malware link and user 10 malware link, both are similar or different. So this is the way how you have to answer. As I said, it's not at all technical. But whatever you said, I can consider that one as well based on severity. That is very good thing. Okay. So this is the way how logically they will ask in the interview point of view. Okay. So yeah, I can provide all these interview questions in this separate sheet.
Sir, one question.
Yes, please.
Sir, you said 50 phishing emails are having same severity. Then we ourselves we have to segregate, or is there a higher official will segregate that, sir? SOC manager will segregate to us, or we ourselves we have to coordinate with others?
It depends. It's organization to organization, it will vary. So for suppose you are working as L1 analyst, that time one of the dedicated L3 guy will be there. he will assign. So what people normally will do, they will pick up easy incidents. So example, brute force attack, VPN authentication failure attack, password spray attack. If you are picking one tickets, no, that time you'll pick up the easy tickets, and a couple of people, they have the very difficult tickets like ransomware or malware or SQL injection attack or cross-site scripting attack and so on. So couple of organizations, what they will think, it's better one dedicated person should be available, and according to the time, whatever incident we received, and according to severity, we can assign to the respective candidates. That is one thing. And couple of companies, we have to pick ourselves. In that scenario, we can take whatever you like. So it depends. Once again, it's based on the process, whatever company you are selected. So that is the answer.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys. As I said, I can create couple of, separate folder, separate sheet in the drive. I can upload all the interview questions. Possible, I can provide the answers as well. Please go through that one simultaneously, and we'll continue tomorrow. Once again, apologies and irregularity of the class not taking. Please understand my situation as well. Health issue, one thing, and regular meetings. That is the reason. Anyway, please be patient with me for another 10 days. I'm going to complete the offline courses. So then whatever, second online classes are there, that one I will move to the completely morning shift, so maybe 7:15 to 8:30. So that's not my plan. That time I don't have any disturbance, and I will take classes regularly. Okay, so bear with me plus another 10 days. This is my request from my side.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Is spam messages belongs to phishing category?
Which one? Could you please repeat?
Spam messages.
Yeah, spam
email.
is a part of phishing email. That's right. Actually, what here will do, it's a spam is nothing but advertisement purpose. So even though advertisement purpose, they will send the spamming part. Sometimes attacker also will attach malicious URL links and malicious attachments, like a malware attachments, as I said. So yes, we have to say spam also one type of phishing.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
It's a good question. Thanks for asking.
Thank you.
Any other?
Sir, hi, sir.
Hi.
Well, according to my questions from the previous session, you said that for gaining the more knowledge, and as per your recommendations, that you said to go for some websites like dark reading and NAC security. Well, have find some like typical questions like brute force attack and red hat and like black hat and white hat and gray hat. So what exactly those attacks are?
So that is part of penetration testing. It's a block box. I will complete all these things in future. A brute force attack also, it's a part of our course. Next one, once phishing email is completed, then I can move to authentication failure category. Authentication failure is a category like a brute force attack only. There I can cover. It's a very advanced question basically. Yes, I can clear all those things in future. So basically, white hackers or block hackers or gray hackers. So these are like a red team. So it's a part of penetration testing. We have a couple of teams like a blue team and red team. It's a pen test teams. Blue team is nothing but defensive team. As I said, in our organizations itself, we can go and we can identify the vulnerabilities proactively. We can fix those issues. But coming back, white hackers or gray hackers or block hackers, they are from the hacking group, and they will try to do the continuously hacking. So that is the difference. So it's once again part of application security and pen test. We have separate topic is there. I will cover all those things under application pen test.
Fine, sir. So whatever have been discussed so far now, like in attacks and email phishing. So in further classes, we are going to get discussed in detail through SIM tool, right?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
So practical scenarios.
Yes. Practical, it's not yet started. Theoretically, once it is completed, practical, I will show you. Yes.
Fine, sir. Got it. Yeah, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thanks. Any other? Okay, guys. Thank you so very much, and good night and sweet dreams. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.